Shalom, this is Ashar Basharala. I landed in camp. Look at Jacksonville, Florida. First and foremost, I'd like to praise the honor and glory to the Father and the Son, and the perpetuity return. Call Alam La, Yahawashi Mashai, Bashem, Harakak Kudash Ma'amaf. Also, the Bonnet Elders, Apostle GMS, and the Bonnet Shemana as well, Mahara Basharala, peace and blessing 1/3, and citation of Fort Lake. It's going to be a quick lesson. Going on the Lord, Yahawashi, our King, how the earth is going to tremble, everybody going to see him. And that we're gonna do the same exact thing, man. We ain't no different. Is that we're just gonna know why he's here, and we're gonna want him to see what we're gonna want him to see how it's in us, So that'll be our only saving. The only way you're gonna be transformed, the only way you can get salvation if Yahawashi sees him within you, his spirit, So I'm gonna go ahead and get this is Luke chapter 21, verse 25. It says, and there should be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Also, his fleet, his army, his chariots. It says there be signs in the sun, and the moon, and stars upon the earth, distress of nations. You already see the chariots and the angels right now as well. They see it, and of course when they start seeing them, where it's be able to be captured, because they capture it, but it's like you see it on YouTube, but you don't see it too well. You see it just enough so that the Lord knows, just so you know that the Lord is here and He's near. This place is going to be destroyed, and you need salvation out of this place. If you're of the nation of Israel, if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, or speckled bird, or people that live in other nations, So you have a duty, and you have you have a reward if you follow after Yahweh Shema, you love him with all your heart. So it says, there should be signs in the sun, in the moon, and stars upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and looking after those things which are coming on the earth. So man, Putin, Trump, anyone that don't believe in the Lord Yahweh Shema, they're gonna be pooping in their pants, man. Putin gonna be pooping like a baby duck because he does not understand the chariots of the Lord. They don't want the Russia don't got nothing to do with them. Maybe Esau, Western Esau, Esau in Babylon in America, they got a space force, but Russia don't want no smoke with that, man. They know what they can't handle, man. They'll try, man. They are mad, man. When it comes to that, man, they crazy, but they not that crazy, man. It says, and then they see the Son of Man come in the cloud with power and great glory. So man, a chariot. He gonna come on a chariot. He gonna have a fleet of army. He's the Lord of hosts. He gonna have an army of angels as well to come with him, man. And earth gonna be the people of the earth are gonna be perplexed. That's what the lesson is about. How everybody on earth is gonna be. When the glory of the Lord happens, they're gonna be perplexed. The sun, the moon, the stars are going to behold his glory, as well as the chariots, his army, his glory. And the people are going to be in fear and trembling, they're not going to know what to do. They're going to be, they're going to be confused, but with fear, confusion with fear. This is Sirach chapter 16, start of verse 17. It says, say not thou, I will hide myself from the Lord. Shall any remember me from above? I shall not be remembered among so many people, for what is my soul among such an infinite number of creatures? The Lord, they created a lot of people, but ultimately the Lord is going to be that main focal point. Because it says, verse 18, behold the heaven and the heavens of heavens, the deep and the earth, and all that therein, it shall be moved when he shall visit. The mountains also and the foundation of the earth shall be shaken with trembling. The Lord looketh when the Lord looketh upon them. So come, man, when Yahawashi come to this place, man, every eye shall see him. You know, the mountains, the trees, they're gonna rejoice, but they're also gonna be shaking with trembling, man, because it's even though it's the Lord Yahawashi coming down, it's also Ajasiah, a demon like power, man. He's coming to destroy this place. But the thing is, those mountains, them trees, that they gotta be destroyed. They're gonna come back. The Lord gonna make them better and greater. Esau is messing it up, man, because when Esau is in power, nothing is happy, man. The earth is like dying, man. He's causing that, you know, because hey, he wicked. Esau wicked as hell. You want to go to the physical parts? You already know fracking and lumber and everything, um, doing unnatural things to the earth, you know. But in verse 20 it says, "No heart can think upon these things worthily, and who is able to conceive his ways? None." Is rhetorical, man. Only person is Yahweh Shai. You know, even when he come down here and in the men of the Lord say we're going to have to work out our salvation with fear and trembling. So that's even on the men of the Lord, you know. And then after that, they'll get their prize, you know, and that they'll get their crowns from Yahweh Shai Mashiach, you know, because they have earned it, you know. I'm part of that number. It's just Psalm chapter 2, verse 1. You know, just like the scripture say, you know, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. That's what say Psalm chapter 2, verse 11. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. So come, man. That's what the Lord finna come in the spirit of. He's finna come with fear and trembling, man. The nations finna be trembling at the sight of him. Even the trees and the mountains and the heavens and the earth. You know, the sun, moon, and stars are going to see the the perplexity of what the Most High has, which is Yahweh Shai, you know, and his angels being a Lord of hosts. So they're gonna everything on this earth is gonna behold that, you know, because he's coming with clouds, man. He coming with an army, you know, angels that you know that can slaughter thousands of men with just one of them, thousands of thousands. This is Joel chapter 2. This is also what the Lord is bringing, that the Lord has designed since the beginning. You know, He has what He designed for this place Babylon to be destroyed by most any other nation that He has destroyed, been fire, or just, it break apart, the kings mess up, and a whole bunch of other things. But for this one, it's a whole new thing. It's the nuclear destruction, which is the nuclear fission, uranium and plutonium, all that stuff, man. They're going to use that. What they created in 1940, the German scientists, what they created, what the Lord allowed them to create. They created them nuclear missiles and use that to win World War II. But then at the same time, this place is a virgin, Babylon. It has not been hit by no missiles or nuclear missiles. So this place is going to be hit by not only one of them, like Hiroshima, ones that has caused people's shadow to be stuck to the ground, and basically incinerated everybody, and their shadows are still there, or their words still there, and the people that was like hundreds of miles away, or like 50 miles, 100 miles away, felt the shock wave, which is like sound, you know. I think it's fashion sound, something different. Um, as well as they got a whole bunch of mutations and everything. So hey, that's crazy. That's what the Lord's finna design. He's not finna send one of those fat boys. He's finna send something more powerful. What's it called? Nuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles, ones that can won't miss their target. So this is Joel chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says, "They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march every one on his way. They shall not break their ranks." Being them ICBM, they're not going to move. They're not going to miss nothing. Verse 8, "Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up the houses, and they shall enter in the windows like a thief. Yeah, they gonna come up, right above the chariots. I'm sorry, right above the Shemaiah, man. They're intercontinental, so they'll go right above the chariot. It's like it, right above the continents. Um, within the Shemaim, almost reaching that tip of space. And they're gonna boom, or like heat seeking. But they're guided missiles. Like AI technology. They're not gonna divvy within each other. They're not gonna hit each other. And if they do, they're not even gonna explode until they hit their target, which is this place Babylon. It says they shall verse 10 says the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall be which are the shining. And they're going to that nuclear fallout, all that smoke, all that gas, nuclear waste, and all that junk, man. Nothing ain't gonna be able to. It's gonna be blocked out by all that smoke, all that pollution. Then verse 11, and the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executed his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Ultimately, the ones that have the spirit and knowledge and understanding of the Lord Yahweh that love him to the very end, those are the only ones that are going to be able to abide it, his men, his little ones, which are ultimately the chosen ones, the elect. That's the only one that's going to be able to see that, but they're going to be saved from that. They're not going to be able to just be in that, and boom, they're gonna be saved from it. One, they're gonna be transformed. They're gonna be scarcely saved at last second. You're gonna see it right before your eyes, and boom, just like Ananias. Well, I'm trying to get I'm mixing up the Hebrew ones, but basically the three servants that survived the fire. Well, let me get that. Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. I had to get that. I didn't want to not remember that. But this as well. This is the First Chronicles chapter 16. Let's start at verse 30. It says, fear before him, all the earth, the world also be stable, that it be not moved. Let the heavens be glad, and let the earth rejoice, and let men say among the heathens, among the nations, the Lord reigneth. Let the sea roar, and the fullness thereof. Let the fields rejoice, and all that is therein. Then shall the trees of the wood sing out of the presence of the Lord, because he cometh to judge the earth. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy and endurance unto the end. And say ye, save us, O Yahweh, of our salvation, and gather us together and deliver us from the heathen, that we may give thanks to the holy name, the glory and this praise, man. So this what this place really need thanks from. These trees, the heavens, the earth, everything that Lord has created, and is with they is in a bad time, because these heathens are in power right now. Um, and of course, the main heathen, of all heathen, the king of heathens, Esau. Even though I say our evil twin brother, he is nothing more than a devil. He's the same spirit of the same spirit that Satan had. Man, he's the physical counterpart of it. The same spirit that Cain had. Nonetheless, this what these trees and these mountains and these seas and these heavens and the earth really needs from the Lord is to come judge in this place. These trees gonna tremble just like we gonna tremble, man. We're all creation of the Lord, but ultimately we need this fire and affliction to happen to this place, and this judgment and this destruction happen to this place to cleanse this place ultimately. You know, so of course Esau don't understand it. He don't understand it. 2/3 of people don't understand it. So they're gonna have true fear and true trembling. They're not, because they're not gonna have no understanding of it. They're gonna be perplexed by this, and even the men of the Lord as well. But ultimately, the Lord, uh, and everything that is gonna happen after that, man. For fallout, you know. That's what the Lord said. That the sun and the moon can give His light, man. It'll be darkness. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So, getting that last scripture, man, the trees and the mountains and the seas, basically anything that the Lord has created that has been in the heathen rule and have seen the heathen rule, Esau being that top heathen, um, he they don't like that. They need replenishment. They need renewal. Just like we need renewal, man. We suffering every day, as well as the lower creatures. They can't thrive in a home with wickedness and destruction, and pestilence and pollution. You know, well, just like we can't do it. Just like we need that help as well. We're gonna go through it for the Lord Yahawashi side. But ultimately, he's giving us power because he's going to destroy this place and deliver his people. You know, so kind man, them he's even the heathens to an extent, man. Well, the heathens, yeah. Esau bumming their ass in Palestine, man. Um, everything gonna be and everything mourning right now, But once Jake get on the scene, and they got next. It's gonna be all they're gonna be the only tears you're gonna have is tears of joy, happiness. You know, they're gonna have true peace and happiness, and authority is gonna be supreme, and you're gonna have you're not gonna be able to sin no more. You're not gonna have it's gonna be true peace. You're not gonna be able to die. Sin. You know, we have righteousness in inward parts. The law is written in there. You know. But yeah, that was a lesson that's going on. The Lord and His angels and the people's fear, the trembling that they gonna have. Many heathens, Esau, 2/3 of our people. The missiles gonna hit this place, and they ain't gonna have no more light. And after that, well, right before that, his men, when his men gonna be saved, the elect gonna be saved. You know, but Lord willing, us edifying a little lesson with that. Shalom.